on Radio London. It's 2:46. Shay Kaur Grewal here with you this afternoon, and it's time for Get Fit with Shay. And I wanted to talk about something that I remember doing extensively with my mum growing up. We used to go to our local park in Hounslow. We used to go to Lambton Park, and it used to be so easy because mum would always keep it in the boot of the car, our badminton rackets and some shuttlecocks. And that was it. We'd go and do badminton. Part of that was because my mum grew up in Punjab, northern India, and the humidity meant it was great to play badminton. Whenever we'd have summer holidays, we'd always be in India playing badminton. So it's something that I've grown up doing a lot of. And actually, it's very inexpensive, something that I really enjoyed. So the last couple of months, I've been doing this with my daughter Tyra. And I thought, why not talk about this? I know everyone is gearing up and looking forward towards Wimbledon. So tennis is on everyone's mind. But there's quite a lot around badminton that I think we haven't really discussed. And my next guest, well, he knows all about it. He's a very passionate player, encourages youngsters to get involved. In fact, he's a senior player for England and has found time to open up his own club too. He's also training for the European title in August. So it means 10 days in Belgium. And he came third 2 years ago. Well, we've managed to pinch him in between training. It's such a pleasure to have him here in the studio. Nikita Kolomnin, founder of the LondonMet Badminton Club. Nick, it's great to have you here on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So where did it begin for you? Where did the love of badminton begin for you? For me, it's inherited, as I say, from my mum. Where did it begin for you?
Oh yeah, I started when I was 6. So the first badminton session I had was outside, and I had my left arm broken.
Oh gosh! Oh my goodness!
I was not allowed to play. But my brother was 2 years older. He was playing, and I remember standing there crying. He's like, "I want to get involved," and I wanted to beat him up to the age of 12 or 13. When I first beat him, I was so happy.
Oh mate, that was it. You were stuck then, weren't you? There's something about sibling rivalry. It pushes you on, doesn't it?
Definitely.
As you just mentioned something to me off air, which I did not know about, because I was saying to you that I'm not too familiar as to how popular badminton is in London. But just share that statistic you were talking to me about badminton and its popularity.
Yeah, I think I saw some statistics. I think it's one of the most widely played racket sports in the UK, because every school will have the 2 or 3 or 4 courts hall, and every kid at school will have their badminton. Like you can play there, so it's good. And indeed, a lot of badminton clubs that we have now in London, they are based on the school premises. So but we have so many people in the club that would return back from maybe like not playing 10, 12, like 15 years. And they come back to the badminton hall. It's like, oh, why didn't I start doing it earlier? So it's like, it's so great. I remember those good days at school when I could play, but now they're just picking it up a little bit more. Yeah,
I think that's kind of been happening with me. Whenever it's not raining, because I know we haven't had much of summer yet. We're in the middle of June, but whenever it's whenever it's not been raining, I've just been in the garden with my daughter Tyra, just playing badminton. Yeah. And it's you can do it just as a fun thing, you know, which is what I'm obviously doing it as with my daughter. But also, this is a real sport. And I wanted to delve a little bit into that because, as I mentioned, you're the founder of the LondonMet Badminton Club. People can go to badm.co.uk, badm.co.uk for more details. But how serious are people with this type of a sport then?
Oh, this badminton club, we started with Vin Kwan from LondonMet. He was so actually this is how I got into LondonMet about 17 years ago.
Okay.
And I got there to manage a team and to study, and we had badminton scholarships at that time.
Okay.
So this is when my manager Vin Kwan actually helped me to set this thing up, and now we're playing 3-4 times a week.
Okay.
We have about 100 to 150 people per week coming to play. So we play like 2 to 3 hours. It's very affordable, and we provide all the shuttles.
Yeah.
They come in and just enjoy themselves, and very different levels. So we cater for like all inclusive, like all beginners, advanced, and we have teams.
Yeah.
So all the range. So and it's fairly easy in London to find a badminton club, because if you go to like meetup.com,
yes,
all the badminton clubs are there.
Amazing.
So there's just literally like dozens and dozens, and there's some people are very crazy about this sport and just go play every day or twice a day sometimes.
Yeah, it's addictive. It is addictive. And I'm glad that you mentioned the shuttles. Let's talk about that. How important is it having the right high quality feather shuttles? Because that's something that some people won't even be aware of.
Yeah, well, I'm biased because I've never played plastic, and I would never advocate for it.
Sure.
But for entry level,
tell me why. Tell me why.
It's just less control. It's just less things you can do with it. It's easier to play. Yes. But it's like, it's not. You cannot get to the level of shots. You cannot spin in the same way. So there's different subtleties in it.
Okay.
But generally, I mean, any badminton will be good for you. But I brought some badminton shells here with me.
I'd love to see them. You're going to have to stick them out.
It's the top of the range.
Top of the range. I wouldn't expect anything less. Whilst Nick is, are you grabbing them out? Okay, let's have a look then. Because I talked to you about this because what does it? Open it up for me. What does it say on there? Badminton. Yeah, look at that. Look at the feathers. So where are these? Like, what are these? What bird is this? I guess is that the right question? Or what feathers are these?
It's goose feather, and they're all made in China.
Right.
Yeah, but so they're different grades. So this one would cost about £35 per tube. So it's about £3 per shuttle.
Okay.
But that would last longer. And this is the top of the range. This is what they play like senior, like they play international tournaments with AS50s. But you can get them cheaper as well. And there are some hybrid shuttles as well, where it's just kind of introduction or training shuttles, where half of it, the skirt is made of plastic, but the feathers are actually made of real feathers. And it's the only sort of a bowl for any kind of sport that is made of real organic material. So everything
it's not
else,
like a tennis ball. That's fake. Football usually, I mean, unless there's leather on it, otherwise that's fake. You're absolutely right, actually.
We've been waiting for years for Elon Musk to come up with a plastic shell that would fly the same, but it can't.
It's not going to happen. No. But you never know. But it's quite. I mean, look, even just as like, if I just throw this, what is this bottom part called? Firstly, of the shuttle,
cork.
Yeah, so the shuttlecock, because that's what we call it. But it's quite heavy, isn't it? It's quite dense, actually. And then the feathers are very light.
It flies like 400 miles per hour.
I can imagine. I mean, it's
and then it stops because the plastic wouldn't stop like halfway through. It would just be linear action.
Sure.
But for this, the feathers actually collapse a little bit when you hit it.
I see.
And then in the beginning it flies really fast, and then it stops because it opens up. And this is why they play feathers instead of any.
Well, it's the natural form basically. They are beautiful. My goodness. So AS50s they're called. What would you say to anyone who's like, God, yeah, I used to play badminton when I was at school, and I want to do it. Is it just as simple as picking up the racket and a shuttlecock and that's it?
Yeah, just jump on meetup.com. Search for badminton. There's just so many badminton clubs. There's so many people just doing great job at developing it. I mean, we're always struggling for courts, really. I mean, there's just so many people. We have like 6 courts and we have 36 people. And we have waiting lists most days. So,
and that's the important part, because we live in London, isn't it? It can be weather dependent. You can't just be outside. You're talking about indoor courts, of course.
Oh yeah.
What's your thoughts on playing badminton outside?
Do it as much as you want, but I think it's difficult, especially in the UK.
The weather, isn't it? Exactly. It's not that great.
But you still you want, in order to progress, you just want to be indoors.
Yeah.
You want to have right shoes. I brought my shoes with me as well.
Yes,
so
let's have a look. Thank you for bringing all this in, because you're absolutely right. These are the things that beginners won't be aware of.
I bought them in Korea.
Oh wow! Look
and
at those.
These are called Arises.
Okay.
And these are for mainly for courts. For the proper courts.
They're very flat-footed, aren't they?
They're very flat-footed, but this one is it's got not much cushioning in it. So I just wanted to know, everyone who's trying to start or haven't played for a while, buy good badminton shoes with plenty of cushioning, because I damaged my heel in this.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm still trying to treat it.
So that's so interesting you say that, because most people would think, Nick, you need more cushioning in the trainers, but what is it? Because you need the grip, because you're running, you're on your feet.
Because when you're lunging, the impact is so hard, and you need to have this sort of cushioning.
Okay.
And some holes would have like concrete flooring. I would never play on concrete floor. Because I would get injured straight away. Yeah. So the best is like rubber or parquet.
Okay. So, parquet flooring is always really good. Nick, great top tips. Such a pleasure having you here on BBC Radio London. badm.co.uk for more details. And we can find you on all the social media as well, can't we?
Yes.
BADM for more details. Get out there and do badminton. Nick, such a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.